Hi, this is Meteorologist Steve Pellettiere, and I am the Weatherman. Thanks for checking into the weathermanpod.com on your Wednesday. It is the 16th day of the month of April 2025. It looks like a brisk northwesterly flow continues right across from the Great Lakes down into New England, causing snow across northern portions of New York State, northern Vermont, and New Hampshire, and even portions of Maine, especially off to the north, up by New Brunswick and St. John provinces. And we're looking at a weather situation showing that the atmosphere is really starting to turn now, turning over towards that more springtime type of pattern as the sun is rising earlier and setting later. Now, our atmosphere is a very thin blanket of mixed gases. 6 of them are present in large enough quantities to be important, but of course the most important is nitrogen. And most people think it's all oxygen around here. Most of it's nitrogen, and the most important one makes up 78% of the atmosphere, with oxygen, which we need, is 21%, argon about 1%. Carbon dioxide is only 0.03%. That's what we exhale. And that is taken up by the trees, and the trees then reproduce oxygen. So they breathe in carbon dioxide, breathe out oxygen, and we breathe in oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide through that process. So that's why when you go into one of those forests or to an area that's really growing on a wet day, you can really smell that oxygen. You can really smell the invigorating air and the atmosphere that we have there. So weather-wise, well, lots of oxygen going to be produced with the rain showers across the central and northern plain states from the Dakotas all the way down into western sections of Nebraska and Kansas and even northern portions of Colorado. Also, still some snow across Montana, but it's mostly in the northwestern section of the mountains. And it looks like on the West Coast, still dry conditions. But the threat of high pressure starting to build into the West Coast looks very, very good. It'll move in quickly, and then we'll get possibly some more storms hitting the Pacific Northwest sometime towards the end of this weekend or early next week. In the meantime, for New York City, looks like our weather situation for today is going to be partly to mostly sunny, but windy and cool. High temperatures of only 50 to 55. Normal high for New York City is about 65, so a good 10 to 15 degrees below normal, depending on where you are. We are talking about the Northeast corner, D.C. all the way up to Philly, Baltimore, Philly, and then up into the New York area, eventually up to Hartford and Boston, and all those places still with that brisk northwesterly flow for today, making it cool. It will be partly cloudy for tonight. Looks like decent weather for Thursday and Friday. As a matter of fact, it starts to warm up a bit back to near normal. That means temperatures in the mid-60s by later on this week. Now, if you're flying or traveling on this Wednesday, we do see generally dry conditions in New York and Boston. And as mentioned, northern portions of Vermont and up in northern New Hampshire, those places will be getting some snow and rain. But elsewhere down to Atlanta and Charlotte, all looking good. Florida is also no problems there. Texas, most of Texas, no weather problems at all expected for today. Chicago is dry. It's a little bit warming going into the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, but there will probably be getting some of that rain out of the Dakotas over the next day or two. And as mentioned, West Coast is looking dry. San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, no problems there. And looks good up in Portland and Seattle. I'm Meteorologist Steve Pellettiere, and I am the Weatherman. Hope you have a great Wednesday. Talk to you first thing tomorrow. Take care.